Secretary General, distinguished delegates and guests, it is an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to address you all today. I come to this assembly as so many of my predecessors have come before, as President of the United States, as a proud citizen of the country I love so dearly. However, I also come to you wearing a second hat. I am the son of a black man from Kenya and a white woman from Kansas, the product of a bond that could scarcely have been possible just one generation before them. I have lived across my great country and across the globe, from Indonesia to Illinois, from the island of Hawaii to the island of New York. I consider myself a citizen not just of the United States, but also a citizen of the world. And it is as a citizen of the world that I come before you all today. We are going through one of the worst economic crises the world has ever seen. And as I've traveled across America and across the globe, I've seen the great toll that it has taken. As our countries continue to grow more and more intertwined, more and more interconnected in the globalized world of the 21st century, we, all of us, have come to a crossroads. In the face of these great challenges, we could all choose to pull back, to stop trading with another, to pull back our sharing of information and culture and technology. We could allow our differences to separate us, to turn our attention solely on the problems that we face within our borders. Or we could look up, we could look out, and discover that our destinies are all intertwined. Our fates are not many, but one. From the deserts of Tunisia, to the tundra of Siberia, to the pampas of Argentina, to the urban sprawl here in New York City. As a citizen of the world we all share, let me be plain and clear. We cannot go at it alone. We must not go at it alone. No nation, no matter how big or how small, can afford to tackle this enormous challenge ahead by themselves. These troubling times require a global effort, with all nations and all peoples moving towards the common goal of peace and prosperity. This is the course we must take. Together is the course, and the time is now. The United States is ready to lead in this effort. This month we have passed bills to double foreign aid, and we've taken strides to diminish many of our remaining barriers to trade. But for each step that we take, you must step alongside us. We have seen the compassion and the will of the world community in the times of crisis, from the terrorist attacks that have threatened our lives and our way of life, to the natural disasters that have struck across the globe. And even though the current threat comes not from acts of madmen, not from acts of God, we must rally together with the same passion, with the same will, to act in these times of trouble. Today, I'm calling for a revolution. This revolution will be a fight to overthrow the old ways that bind us in the shackles of yesterday. This revolution will be multifaceted and multilateral, with all members of the community of the world fighting against our common enemy, stagnation and separation. First, we must have a revolution of ideas. Our way must be a new way forward, free from the constraints of the way we used to do things. We have differences, yes, but we must find common ground to move us forward in forging new partnerships and finding new friends where we didn't always expect them. Only coming together in new ways with new partners can push us through these tough times. Second, we must have a revolution of innovation. We are facing an economy that has slowed to a halt, but I am confident that a physical, mental, and emotional investment in innovation the world over will jumpstart us once again. Here in America, we've invested in the wind, the sun, and the soil to do our part to reduce our energy costs and our carbon footprint. We've invested in greater communications, laying the groundwork for a more integrated world society. And we've invested in research, finding new cures and new remedies to diseases and cancers that plague not just our people, but the men, women, and children across the hemispheres. With our combined efforts, we can find a new way forward helping each other to become smarter, kinder, and healthier citizens of this globe. Finally, we must have a revolution of ideals, a return to the principles that are the core of the founding of this body and the founding of my country. America has charted a new course as the flagship for ethical treatment of all persons within our borders, whether they be friend or foe. The measure of society is how they treat their least fortunate. And we have taken steps to help those most in need at home and abroad. If we all work together, we can join in the preservation of our common ideals and in the fight against those who threaten us and threaten any individual's life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness. Finally, this revolution must not be transient, but transnational and transformational. Even after this crisis has been reduced and prosperity returns to our economies, further challenges will arise. The bonds we forge must be long-lasting and stand the test of time, just as this body has continued to grow and prosper since its formation over 60 years ago. So let us rise. Let us rise to the challenges we face today. Let us rise to the challenges of tomorrow. And let us rise as one body, one people, and one nation, all citizens of the world we all share. Stand with me, stand with us, and let us take the first step together. Thank you, and God bless.